The drama is heating up, and we've got all the latest from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Major surprises are dropping, and trust us, you won't want to miss a single moment. This season, the ladies are dealing with everything from emotional breakthroughs to jaw-dropping confrontations. Expect unexpected twists, big life updates, and yes, plenty of drama. Babies, weddings, business revamps, it's all unfolding behind the scenes, and the stakes have never been higher. Who's making peace, who's stirring the pot, and who's about to make a shocking move? Stay tuned, because we're diving deep into every update, every secret, and every explosive moment. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. Heather Gay strides into the spotlight with a renewed sense of purpose. This fall, she's taking a dramatic turn. Starting on the 11th of November 2025, she fronts a 3-part limited series titled Surviving Mormonism with Heather Gay, produced by Bravo. In that series, she meets abuse survivors and former church leaders, investigates long-held secrets of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and reflects on her own departure from the faith. In the teaser trailer, she says that listening to these conversations left her emotionally shocked to her core. Lisa steps back into view for season 6 of the show, premiering the 16th of September 2025, and she emerges with a bold declaration. She's cleared the legal air. On the 28th of October 2025, during a guest appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Lisa clarifies that the 4 civil lawsuits swirling around her are effectively dismissed, saying they're civil lawsuits, they're not criminal, and adding, "I've never done anything criminal." She explains that only one case remains open, but insists it has absolutely no merit to it. This moment reflects her taking control of a narrative that's hovered over her recent seasons. In parallel, Lisa is out on the magazine racks in October 2025 when Us Weekly spotlights season 6 of the show, calling the cast and Lisa among them the reality stars of the year. In the cover shoot, Lisa leans into her position, acknowledging Riley. "Oh, so I'm an excellent villain," when asked about her role. She accepts the tag while her castmates concur. It's a moment that frames how she's navigating both the brand of being under fire and the power it can bring, but beneath the media glamour, there's tension. On the 4th of November 2025, Lisa weighs in on explosive allegations involving castmate Bronwyn Newport. Lisa says her claim that Bronwyn's husband, Todd Bradley, made out with one of my friends and farted the entire time came from someone that I believe and trust, and admits she repeated what she heard to Angie Ketsenevas. She remarks, "That was not something for public consumption, and I normally would never say this." Bronwyn, however, fired back at Lisa, calling her dead to her. The fallout is very real and very public. Meanwhile, on the beauty front, Lisa shares a candid moment with the press in September 2025. She reveals she rejects Botox and fillers, and instead has relied on thread lifts for nearly 9 years, stating, "Don't ever knock threads. They are the best thing that you can do for yourself. I don't like to put Botox in my face." At age 50, she uses this as a symbol of embracing aging on her own terms. This is less a vanity statement than a fiercely personal choice. In sum, Lisa is navigating a season of recalibration, clearing up legal questions, leaning into her role as the season's villain, engaging in rife cast conflicts, and presenting a new version of herself, refined, unapologetic, and in control of her narrative. Whether she's walking into cast lunches with dismissed posters, showing her business lawsuits, or standing Crystal Snowflake, center with a knowing grin, she's unmistakably present. And for fans who have followed her rise from entrepreneur to reality star, this next chapter, blended with power plays, emotional self-defense, and aesthetic reinvention, feels like one of her most revealing yet. Lisa is out on the magazine racks in October 2025 when Us Weekly spotlights season 6 of the show, calling the cast and Lisa among them the reality stars of the year. Meanwhile, on Instagram, Lisa posts, "When you love threads, but their lies hang from them." This cryptic caption seems to allude to her ongoing tensions with her castmates. On Instagram, she also posts a reel sharing her behind-the-scenes thoughts during filming season 6. She reflects on the challenges and comfort levels while working with her fellow cast members. Lisa appears on Watch What Happens Live and clears up contract issues surrounding the filming schedule for RHOSLC, making it clear that she has never negotiated for more pay, but is confident in her place within the cast. Mary returns to the spotlight with a new energy, having signed back on as a full-time cast member for Season 6 after walking away in earlier years. In a Sept 18, 2024 interview, she told Thivy People, "I have no regrets about quitting," yet admitted that returning felt like a whirlwind she embraced wholeheartedly, saying, "I'm kind of happy to be back. I formed real friendships this time around." Behind the glamour, Mary's family life remains deeply personal and raw. During the Season 5 reunion on Jan 29, 2025, she broke down discussing her son, Robert Cosby Jr., revealing that their unscripted conversation happened because they committed together to share their truth. "So if we can help just one person, then we'll just tell our truth," she reflected. "I didn't expect him to say all of that. And the fact that I was unaware scared me because he lives in my house." More recently, in August 2025, a preview for Season 6 revealed Mary still navigating her son's sobriety journey. In a tearful confessional she shared, "He's doing as well as he can be doing. Some days he's good, some days he's not. You know it's his journey." Meanwhile, Mary also gave fans a long-awaited update on her spiritual home base, the Faith Temple Pentecostal Church, which had been closed for renovations. On the Jan 31, 2025 reunion, she said, "Yeah, the renovations are done. It's beautiful. We've had a couple services there, but we're slowly getting back into it. But it's good. It's blessed." The show teases that Mary's return to the pulpit and her evolving presence among her castmates will be central in Season 6. As confirmed in August 2025, all main housewives, including Mary, return for the new season. Another personal milestone, Mary lets fans into a rare glimpse of her home life. She revealed she's undergoing major renovations to one of her Salt Lake City residences, describing the project as "figuring it out," and admitting that moving furniture, reorganizing spaces, and reinvesting in her environment has been a heavy but renewing process. Throughout all of this, Mary continues to emphasize faith at the core of her identity, both publicly and privately. Her Instagram Son Mary Cosby reflects a blend of event planning, spiritual leadership, and reality television personality. For fans of the show, Mary's journey feels deeply layered. A woman anchored in faith and leadership, navigating motherhood with vulnerability, balancing a public persona and private pressures, and stepping into a fuller, more intentional version of herself. Season 6 promises to spotlight this transformation, her relationships, her role at church, her home renovations, and her dedication to supporting her son on the path ahead. There's a quietly thrilling change currently unfolding in Meredith Marks's life. Recently, on October 7, 2025, she revealed that she is gearing up to open Feuds Caviar Lounge at her Park City boutique, an elegant speakeasy-style concept tucked behind her jewelry store. In her words, "I am excited for fans to see my planning of my new Caviar Lounge. We're about to finally start construction." This marks yet another bold chapter in her transformation from reality star to full-fledged lifestyle brand. Bravitv.com, https://www.bravit.com/the-daily-dish/meredith-marks -business-update-store-renovation-DJ-career-exclusive $UTM_source =ChatGPT.com. Simultaneously, Meredith is stepping into the DJ booth. She launched her Naughty Fuddy IC's 10 City Tour on October 2 in West Hollywood, bringing her signature spark to dance floors and nightclubs. According to a feature, she describes DJing as like hosting your own party without having to have all the people in your home. This venture seems to merge her love of music, performance, and personal brand in a way we haven't seen before. RHOSLC.com, https://www.sltrib.com/arts11/meredith-marks-sees-herself/?UTM_source =ChatGPT.com. Back at home, Meredith is also championing her children's professional growth in proud mother mode. On October 17, 2025, she shared that her son Brooks Marks is preparing to launch his own fashion collection. I have seen the samples. It looks amazing. I am very, very excited. I can't wait to get my first pieces. Meanwhile, her son Reed is buying and renovating rental properties in a college town. And daughter Chloe has just joined her mother's company, working alongside her in yet-to-be-disclosed projects. The tone is full of energy and optimism. Stay tuned. Very exciting. BravitV.com. https://www.bravitvav.com /the-daily-dish/meredith-marks-update-October-2025 UTM_source =ChatGPT.com. Amid all this growth, Meredith remains remarkably self-aware. Speaking in mid-October, she explained how her DJ sets, her jewelry, her game rumors stream nastiness. Yes, a card game she created, and her lifestyle all tie back to one foundation: authenticity. At the end of the day, what's more important is just to be true to yourself, and then the rest of it flows from there, she said. SLTrib.com. https://www.sltrib.com/arts-living/10/11/meredith-marks-sees-herself/?UTM_source =ChatGPT.com. In short, Meredith Marks is no longer simply a cast member of a reality show. Over the past 12 months, she's stepped into multiple new identities: entrepreneur, DJ, game creator, mother supporting her children's budding careers, all while living a life that reflects the brand she now inhabits. It's a richly layered and still evolving story, and one that signals she's as much a builder as she is a reality star. Whitney Rose, well known from Feuds, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, is navigating a deeply personal and public chapter of renewal. In September 2025, she quietly reveals a dramatic turn in her entrepreneurial journey after a bold confession on air that her direct-to-consumer skincare brand, Wild Rose Beauty, had flat-out tanked and left her with nothing. Whitney takes back the reins. On her Instagram post dated the 17th of September, she writes, "As hard as it is to admit failure on such a public level, it was liberating to speak my truth. The truth that I couldn't see at that point in time is that I didn't fail. I was actually just being protected by the universe and redirected back to my life path." In that statement, she formally announces that she has officially reclaimed full ownership of Wild Rose Beauty and is ushering in a new era of independence, authenticity, and innovation. Just a few weeks later, on the 14th of October episode of Feuds Watch, What Happens Livid, Whitney shares raw new details. She reveals that she and husband Justin Rose invested heavily and lost what she describes as north of $500,000 in that venture. She says, "I finally hit the jackpot of why I've built this brand and built this business. For it to not be that and to lose 6 figures is devastating." Yet she also affirms resilience. "I have multiple streams of income. I built it once. I can build it again." The story here isn't just about money or business. It's about Whitney standing in front of the world and saying, "I fell. I'm standing back up." The visuals are vivid. The embarked up and launch in June 2024, Whitney resigning as CEO in November of that year, laying off 30 employees, feeling the weight of letting her family, her team, her customers down. She speaks of the emotional toll, the shame, the self-doubt. Then, she leans into the comeback, reclaiming the brand she founded, aligning it with her original vision of empowerment and authenticity. Outside of business, Whitney is also making subtle but visible changes in her personal presentation that reflect deeper shifts. Earlier in January 2025, she debuted a bold new look, trading her signature blonde bob for a vibrant ginger chin-length bob on What Happens Livid. She comments, "I don't want to look like every other woman around me." This reinvention isn't superficial. It signals a readiness to assert identity and stand apart. Throughout all of this, Whitney's relationship with her castmates and place on the show remains part of her landscape. She candidly told reporters that while she is doing great with most of her fellow housewives, there are 2 with whom she has no vibes, naming Lisa Barlow and Meredith Marks. She states, My biggest problem is I love my ladies so much, and I really don't like when they don't mean what they say. These remarks hint at ongoing emotional dynamics behind the glam in cameras. For fans of reality television families, the takeaway is clear. Whitney Rose is in transition. The sparkle is still there. But now it's tempered by humility, by the sting of real loss, and by a hardened, more authentic drive to rebuild. She's not just returning to business as usual, she's relaunching on her own terms, anchored in truth and experience. And in that, there's something quietly powerful. Right now, Angie Katsanevas is navigating a season of change, at home, at work, and in front of the cameras. She and her husband Sean Trujillo quietly celebrated their 26th wedding anniversary in June 2025, and Angie shared a playful Instagram post where she remembered meeting him in the salon back in the day. "I see this hot guy with muscles blow, drying hair," she recalled. 30 years later, here we are. That image of the two of them, the jets of hairdryer air, the salon mirrors, the million-dollar couple looking back at their roots, sets the stage for how grounded she remains. Meanwhile, their daughter Electra is also making headlines. Angie revealed that Electra's beloved horse, Glitter, is injured, and Electra is shifting gears to begin training green ponies while she recovers. Angie described it as her daughter's dream job, saying she loves to do that. It's a tender pivot for the Trujillo family, one rooted in reality therapy, recovery, and a touch of childhood magic. On the professional front, Angie is turning heads with her appearance on the crossover show Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition. On the 21st of October 2025, she sat for an exclusive interview in which she described her 2-week stint swapping lives with an off-grid Idaho family. "No running water, compost toilets, boots instead of stilettos," she said. "I was really tired. You hit the end of the season, it's 12 weeks of going hard." And noted that the bout of raw, simple living forced her to remember what truly matters, including quiet, presence, family. That experience dovetails with her identity as a Greek-American businesswoman and reality star. In a recent preview for Season 6 of her show, she and Electra shared a conversation about their Greek heritage. Angie gently pushes, "Papu didn't emigrate for me to represent Greece's," a line that carries generational weight, pride, and expectation. Electra's moment of resistance rings real, and Angie leans into her role as interpreter of heritage, showing the strain, the beauty, the nuance of passing down roots. Drama and growth walk hand in hand for Angie this year. She's been publicly addressing her shifting relationships with her fellow cast members on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. In an interview published the 24th of September 2025, she talked about reconciling with Bronwyn Newport despite past harsh comments, but admitted her relationship with Lisa Barlow remains tense. "I haven't really spoken to her," Angie said, reflecting on that uneasy cast dynamic. Then, there's the personal tug-of-war story. Angie's still attempting to sell her sprawling Utah mansion after repeatedly slashing the asking price to $3.9 million by the 21st of October, 2025. The property update underscores how the glitz of reality television and the real world of real estate are not always aligned. In the middle of it all, Angie is doubling down on voice, identity, and purpose. She's no longer just in the show. She is the show. She's the central snowflake. She hosts trips. She claims big storylines. She invites us to watch not just her wardrobe, but her growth. As one profile put it, Angie K is Bravo's best real housewife right now. Bronwyn Newport's world is stirring with fresh energy, uncertainty, and bold clarity all at once. In late October 2025, she took to Instagram stories alongside her husband, Todd Bradley, sharing a lighthearted snapshot of their recent business trip. "Teet and I are accidentally doing matching blazers today," she writes, a grin behind the camera arm. That evening, the pair turned their hotel room into a cozy Halloween pajama party, with their boxer dogs matching parent outfits back home in Salt Lake City. Under the caption, "Love is wearing matching work outfits. Sweet but a psycho, and he likes it," Bronwyn allows fans a glimpse into the private fun that exists beyond the Bravo facade. But behind the smiles and high fashion lies a deeper current. In mid-October, Bronwyn opened up in a confessional on Season 6 of the show about resurfaced allegations involving identity theft, grand theft, and fraud. She clarifies, "There are mistakes I've made in college. We're talking 20 years ago." And then continues, "The new thing people are trying to say is from almost 10 years ago. And there's no mugshot, there's no police record, there's nothing." With that, she frames the narrative around her past on her own terms, standing firm despite the swirl of press. Relations behind the cast-to-camera curtain are also shifting dramatically. In early November 2025, Bronwyn called out fellow cast member Lisa Barlow as dead to her after verbal exchanges exploded on episode 8. In a dramatic moment during a charter lunch, Lisa apparently raised allegations about Todd Bradley, and Bronwyn couldn't hold back. "Fuck you, you're dead to me." The moment underscores how much the series' friendships can fracture when personal walls come down. In a heart-wrenching turn, earlier this year, Bronwyn and Todd made the decision to say goodbye to their 9-year-old boxer dog, Claire, who had been battling lymphoma and underwent radiation and chemo. In a public Instagram tribute, she called Claire the heart and center of our family, and announced the euthanization when it became clear the beloved pet was in pain. It was a deeply personal moment shared with fans, a reminder that even reality stars live loss and healing in real time. Meanwhile, Bronwyn continues to examine how she positions herself on Screen and off. She admits that while she loves being visible, Todd and their daughter, Gwen, prefer a quieter life outside the social media spotlight. And yet Bronwyn is still very much in the spotlight, fashion-forward, opinionated, and navigating the fine line between curated image and raw honesty. At one point she reflects, "I have to be able to sleep at night with what I do and say. Nobody else has to." The line rings like a personal credo. Through the glamour, the matching blazers, the dog walks, the cast feuds, the past legal questions, and the quiet grief at loss, Bronwyn Newport's story in the past year feels very much alive and evolving. She's standing her ground, leaning into the truth she's ready to tell, while still showing up in sequin dresses and designer gowns. Ready for the next scene. The timing coincides with Season 6, premiered the 16th of September, 2025 exposure. Bronwyn's daughter, Gwen's biological father, died when she was young, and the father's family had been estranged. Bronwyn admitted she probably would not have gone on the show if she'd known Lisa was friends with that paternal family. Earlier this year, Bronwyn and Todd made the decision to say goodbye to their 9-year-old boxer dog, Claire, who had been battling lymphoma and underwent radiation and chemo. In a public Instagram tribute, she called Claire the heart and center of our family, and announced the euthanization when it became clear the beloved pet was in pain. It was a deeply personal moment shared with fans, a reminder that even reality stars live loss and healing in real time. In a Decider interview with cast teammate Lisa Barlow, Norman stated that Bronwyn admitted lying about buying a $4 million necklace to appear affluent. Lisa said, "I mean, if Bronwyn wants to go with that narrative, she can explain her Instagram and plethora of other things on how she's trying to impress not just us, but everybody." Bronwyn's admission is a milestone in her narrative about wealth image and how she interacts with the cast.